Okay, Sairam to all of you. Manvi,
Yes, ma'am.
you were here before, na? After that, you left the meet, na?
No, ma'am. I just joined 2 minutes now.
Oh, okay. Maybe then, who was it? Okay, then. Okay, will today we discuss about human capital. Yes or no? What we were discussing about human capital formation. What was the topic? Last topic we have seen in this particular topic. Do you remember, Anurag?
Meaning of human capital formation, sources of human capital formation,
Importance भी बढ़ा दो.
Yes.
and human capital and economic growth.
Last topic was importance or role of human capital formation. What is the importance or role? Both are same. That is the topic we have seen, okay, in the last class. So today we will see problems of human capital formation. Problems of human capital formation means what problems we face in connection with human capital formation. That you have to see today. So write the topic. What you are going to see? The problems of human capital formation. What are the problems which arises in human capital formation? We said human capital formation resources are investment in education, investment in health, investment in training, then investment in sanitation facilities, investment in drinking water, clean and pure drinking water. All this kind of investment are to be made to bring about the human capital. Human capital formation is done in such a way. What are the problems faced in this regard that we have to see? First of all, the problem is lack of money itself, that is insufficient resources. Insufficient resources is the major problem that come in the way or which is faced in the field of human capital formation. Insufficient resources. A lot of resources is needed in all these areas and the population is increasing. So insufficient resources is the main problem of human capital formation. Okay? Because more facilities, formation of human capital means more education institution, more technology, more and scientific institutions, more health facilities, all these. For all these, we need money. Lack of money, insufficient fund, or insufficient resources is the main problem faced by human capital formation or problems of human capital formation. So you can write under problems, the first one, insufficient resources. The second one is serious inefficiencies. Other than this lack of fund or lack of resources, there are other serious inefficiencies. Like there's a lot of wastage of society's resources. As capabilities of educated people, you know, they are either not made use of. In case of employment, they are not made use of. A software engineer is not made use of because there is no employment. So there is wastage of the resources which we have already spent. So there are inefficiencies in such cases. There is a lot of wastage of society's resources, that is like society's resources like capabilities of educated people, that's being wasted because there is no employment opportunity. So in case of unemployment, a skilled person or an educated person is not employed, that means there is wastage of that resource, is human resource. Either it is wasted or it is underutilized. Because you know there is unemployment and underemployment. So in the case of underemployment, it is underutilized. And in the case of unemployment, is not at all used, wastage of such human resources. Then there is massive illiteracy. Then non-educators of many children, poor health facilities are other inefficiencies. Even now there is mass illiteracy in many states, poor health facilities in many states, which have not been attended adequately or properly till today. So, first of all, you have seen what are the problems in the first fact. In that first point, I said, what is the first point? Lack of resources. That is in one side. In the other side, there are serious inefficiencies like even the human resources that we have, because of unemployment, it is not made use of, or it is not utilized. Or in the case of underemployment, it is underutilized, that is not completely used. Moreover, even now in India, in many states, there is massive illiteracy, poor health facilities. Okay, non-educated, if the parents are not educated, they won't send the children also to the school. Poor health facilities are there. And other inefficiencies are also there in many states of India, which is not adequately attended. Which is not adequately attended or attended properly till today. So such inefficiencies face a problem for human capital formation. So the second point is serious inefficiencies. Then the third problem which is faced in human capital formation is brain drain. Brain drain. You know, a lot of doctors and engineers in education in India, government spend a lot of money on them, and in search of job, they go to foreign countries, expecting more money, more titles, more good salary, handsome salaries. Okay, so people migrate from one place to another in search of better job opportunities or better pay and all. It leads to loss of quality people, mainly in the case of doctors and engineers. They migrate to other countries. If they serve in our country itself, it's okay. But when they migrate to other countries, whatever the government has spent on them for their education, that's become a waste. Okay, so the doctors and engineers and etc. who have high caliber are rare in developing country because they are migrating to developed nations. But the cost of such, the cost we have done on them, the expenditure we have done on them become a loss for the nation. So as they are migrating to other countries, or it is actually called brain drain. Okay, so what we have expended in their brain, that is being lost. So the loss of quality of human capital is very high. Loss of quality of human capital is very high, because human capital means the expertise, the ability, the skill that is being created in people. If brain drain happens, that become a loss, and there is a loss of quality people in our nation. Okay? So the cost of such loss of quality of human capital is very high. That is brain drain. The third problem is brain drain, because people migrate from one place to another in search of better jobs. Mainly from developing countries or underdeveloped countries, they are migrating to developed countries. So that happens. That is one of the problem of human capital formation. Because whatever we spent, we are not getting them back. That expertise, we are not getting back. Then the very important problem, as in every case, there's high growth in population. We are suffering, we are suffering from the fact that lack of money, insufficient resources, already are suffering from that. Then the rise in population, again, this continuous rise in population adversely affect the quality of human capital. When the number increases, the quality decreases. So this increase in the population adversely affect the quality of human capital. So the per head availability of these facilities decreases. Because the population increases, the per head availability of the facilities decreases. Take the case of drinking water, take the case of sanitation facilities, health facilities, education. When the population increases, the per head availability of this facility decreases. So the point is high growth in population. That is another problem faced in the human capital formation. So what are the points we have so far discussed? Can anyone say? What are the points so far we have discussed? 4 points I think I have said. Because several more points are there, so I want to know what are the points I have already discussed. Can you say? Can anyone say all the 4 points which I have discussed? Voluntarily. Who will say? Arshi? What are the 4 points I have discussed? Arshi, are you able to hear me? Harshi, are you there? What are the 4 points I have discussed? If you don't know the 4 points, at least the points you remember, you can say.
Ma'am, actually I joined late. Sorry, ma'am.
What about Karthik?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, first one, ma'am, the price, ma'am.
Sorry?
Ma'am,
सुना ही नहीं दिया बेटा. ह्यूमन कैपिटल फॉर्मेशन में क्या क्या प्रॉब्लम फेस कर रहे हैं हम लोग? व्हाट वाज द फर्स्ट वन नाम? Amen. What was the first one? कार्तिक ने क्या बोला था? मुझे सुनाई नहीं दिया.
Ma'am, insufficient resource, ma'am. Insufficient resource.
Yes, exactly. That was the first point. एक ही point याद है कार्तिक?
Ma'am, second point, ma'am, the ma'am, low.
Sorry?
Need.
Okay, number बोलो.
Ma'am, brain drain, high poverty.
Brain drain. Okay. High poverty. It's high growth of population. High growth of
Yes,
population. Okay. High growth of population, brain drain, lack of money or insufficient resources. And one other point we have discussed is serious inefficiencies. Under serious inefficiencies, so one point, the second point, that is why I am asking you to write it. First is lack of resources. Second is sources of, serious inefficiencies. In serious inefficiencies, हमने क्या discuss किया? लोगों का resources, human resources अपने use नहीं कर रहे. Unemployment, underemployment. Then there is massive illiteracy. So a lot of inefficiencies are there. That will come under serious inefficiencies. Then brain drain is one of the serious problem. Then high growth of population, that is another problem. Then above that, there are several imbalances. Not only these, there are several other imbalances. That is, a greater proportion of resources have been diverted towards higher education. So if you take the education field, a greater proportion of the resources have been diverted towards the higher education, which is meant for a few people as compared to the primary and secondary education. So there is imbalance. Why there is imbalance? Higher education में ज़्यादा पैसा खर्च कर रहे हैं, where the number of people are less compared to primary and secondary education. more money is being invested in higher education rather than primary and secondary education. This is an imbalance. Okay, so this is the imbalance which is discussed here under several imbalances. That's another point. Several imbalance, that means in higher education more money is being spent rather than in primary and secondary education. So due to this reason, general productivity, the economy will remain low. Why remain low? General productivity, because the number of people getting higher educations are less. Higher education, so we are only studying one side of the problem. You have to spend on higher education for sure. But the reason here the problem is said is more money compared to the primary and secondary education. Enough money is not being invested in primary and secondary education. This causes an imbalance in human capital formation. So more money after primary and secondary, only higher education will come. That is what is discussed at this point. Several imbalance. Then there is lack of manpower planning. What is manpower planning? You might have studied in business studies. Did you? Did you study it in business studies, manpower planning? पढ़ा है क्या? पढ़ा है कि नहीं पढ़ा है? सुन.
Studied, ma'am.
Yes.
Estimating
Manpower
manpower
inquiry. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
requirement.
Estimated
What is
manpower
manpower
requirement.
planning? जितना requirement है, planning the requirement of manpower, that's known as manpower planning. So here we are talking about human capital formation. So do you think there should be manpower planning? Do you think so? Do you think there should be manpower planning, proper manpower planning?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes,
So there should be, you must be able to understand what will be the requirement of doctors, what will be the requirement of engineers, what will be the requirement of scientists, like that. What will be the requirement of computer technicians, like that. Proper manpower planning is not done. So there is an imbalance between the demand and supply of human resources of various categories. Supply of doctors are very much, but supply of CS are very less. So there is imbalance between the demand and supply of human resources. In some area, demand is more and the supply is less. So proper manpower planning is not there, especially in the case of highly skilled personnel. In the case of highly skilled personnel, demand and supply are not matching because proper manpower planning is not done. So the absence of such balancing has resulted in wastage of resources. तुम जरूरत से ज्यादा एक सेक्टर को बना रहे हो, एक प्रोफेशनल्स को बना रहे हो, और जितना जरूरत है उतना एक दूसरे कैटेगरी का बना नहीं रहे. So that causes what? Wastage of resources. If you spend more money in some professionals, some profession, and in the other personnel there is less money, so even the demand and supply factors are not matching. So in some cases supply is more. When supply is more, there is wastage of resources. काम ही नहीं मिल रहा है, supply ज़्यादा है. And in some other cases the demand is more. Okay, and supply nahi ho rahi hai, skilled person. So it should not be like that. It should be followed with all the, investment should be followed with proper manpower planning. The demand and supply should match. First you find out what is the requirement. According to that, there should be manpower planning, but it is lacking. That is one of the problem of human capital formation. What is lacking? Manpower planning is lacking. Then another factor, another problem of human capital formation is lack of science and technology, weak science and technology. See, we are theoretically discussing the problems. So even though the science and technology has advanced, you have to write the problems. So we have this point also, weak science and technology. In respect of education, the performance particularly unsatisfactory in the field of science. and development of modern technology. ये बोल रहे कि science and technology का development जितना चाहिए उतना नहीं हुआ. That is another reason for the, not reason, another problem for human resource development or human capital formation. That means weak science and technology. जितना technology and science develop होना चाहिए उतना नहीं हो पाया. That is the reason which is explained by them. So there are 7 factors altogether. There are 7 factors or problems, not factors, problems of human capital formation. Human capital formation करने के लिए क्या-क्या problems हैं? First of all, the first point what you have seen, please speak. What is the first point? Insufficient resources or lack of resources. Second point was serious inefficiencies. Under serious inefficiencies, what we have discussed, हमने क्या discuss किया था serious inefficiencies में? बोलो, serious inefficiencies आपने heading लिख दिया. उधर क्या-क्या inefficiencies हमने discuss किया था? There are a lot of inefficiencies, but what is the inefficiencies we have discussed?
Use of educated people is not made as they because of unemployment, and that's why it leads to wastage of society's resources.
Very good. So under serious inefficiencies, we have discussed the resources we have spent, it's not made use of in the case of unemployment and underemployment. Moreover, there is massive illiteracy is there, then poor health facilities is there. All these are the inefficiencies. And the third point you have studied is brain drain. One point you have studied is brain drain. You know, we are investing, that become a loss of quality of human capital because of that, due to this brain drain, what is happening? Loss of human capital, loss of quality human capital from our nation, loss of quality human capital. We are losing. Then high growth in population, definitely one of the problem. Then other several imbalances, lot of other imbalances like in higher education, they say more money is being spent compared to primary and secondary education. That causes an imbalance. That's also cited as one of the problem of human capital formation. Then lack of manpower planning. The demand and supply of manpower should be equal, but sometimes the demand is more and other times the supply is more. There should be proper manpower planning. Otherwise, there will be wastage of resources. हमने ऐसे ही बना दिया डॉक्टर्स को, इंजीनियर्स को, ऐसे कैसे wastage of resources होगा. Okay. Then another problem we have discussed is weak science and technology. Science and technology has not developed to the satisfactory level. So that is another, the last, I think it was the last problem which is discussed here. Okay, so those are the problems of human capital formation. Problems means human capital formation, how it become difficult. That was the point we have discussed. Kuch yaad aa raha? Did you understand anything, Sandhya? Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Priyanshu?
Yes, ma'am.
Niyati?
Yes, ma'am.
Niyati, is it clear? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Palak, are you not there? So next we will discuss about, please write in your notebook, 2 concepts, human capital and human development. What are the 2 terms? Human capital and human development. The 2 terms which may sound similar, but they are different. What are the 2 terms, Sandhya?
Ma'am,
What are the 2 terms?
Ma'am, human capital and development.
Human capital and human development. These are the 2 terms which we have to do comparative study. They sound same, human capital and human development, but they are not same. Human capital considers education and health. Human capital में mainly हम क्या करते हैं? लोगों को education देते हैं, health देते हैं. For what purpose? क्यों दे रहे हैं? बोलो. To increase the productivity. हमने जो पढ़ा था उसमें clearly ये बोला था to increase the productivity. So human capital considers education and health, and whatever we do, the other factors like on-the-job training and whatever we do as a means to increase the labor productivity. Labor productivity, production increase करना है, GDP बढ़ाना है, national income बढ़ाना है. ये objective से हम invest करते हैं human capital में. Because human capital considers, इसका aim क्या है? Human capital considers education and health, whatever we do, as a means to increase labor productivity. Labor productivity, efficiency, more production, that is the ultimate aim of human capital. But on the other hand, human development, what is human development? Education and health are integral part of human well-being. We consider this education and health we are giving not for increasing productivity, but for the well-being of the people. So we consider the well-being of the people under human development, but under human capital we consider our end is labor productivity. Our aim is labor productivity. But under human development, what is the end or what is the aim? Well-being of the people. That is human well-being. Because when people have ability to read and write, you know, they have ability to lead a healthy, happy life. They get the right attitude. They will get the right position in the society. They can make the right choice. Very important. They can make the right choice. They can easily adjust with the changes. So all these factors have been more important. You cannot say more important. These factors are given importance in human development. So in human development, what is the aim? Human well-being. And under human capital, it considers education as a means to increase the labor productivity. Education दिया, productivity, labor productivity बढ़ा दिया, production बढ़ा दिया, GDP बढ़ा दिया, national income बढ़ा दिया, economic growth बढ़ा दिया. So that is the end in human capital. Okay, that's the difference between human capital and human development. Aim of one is labor productivity and the other is human well-being. So human capital treats human being as a means to increase productivity. Human capital treats human being as a means to increase productivity, productivity. Any investment in education and health is unproductive हो जाता है if it is not the product, goods and services are not produced. अगर goods and service production ज़्यादा नहीं हुआ, it is treated as a waste. हमने अभी पढ़ा था problems of human capital formation में. अगर underemployment है, हमने उसको waste माना. Underemployment है और unemployment है human capital, so we treat it as a waste. The money we have spent is a waste under human capital concept. So human capital treats human being as a means to increase productivity, means to increase the production of goods and services. If there is no increase in production of goods and services, we treat that as a loss of money. However, education and health under human development, I am talking about human development, human beings are the end themselves, not labor productivity. The means and the end, both are human beings. Okay, according to human development, human beings are the end in themselves. So the end is human welfare. That is end and aim, both are them itself. There is no other intention. There is no other means. Sorry, there is no other aim. Human welfare should be increased. How can you increase human welfare? Through investment in education and health. That is the means. Through education in health and education, human welfare will be improved. That is the aim of human development. So we are not aiming to increase the labor productivity. So these are the two concepts, human capital and human development. So under human development, there will be a mention about that in your textbook. There will be, it has been mentioned in the textbook that under human development, we have every individual has a right to be literate and to lead a healthy life. Not under human capital. According to human development perspective, according to human development concept, every individual has a right to get basic education and basic health care, irrespective of the contribution to labor productivity. We don't take into consideration the labor productivity. We take into consideration the welfare. So according to human development concept, we have the basic education, like every individual has the right to be literate and lead a healthy life. So it can be asked according to which concept it is, right to education and all. It comes under human development, not under human capital. Under human capital, the investment is done to increase the labor productivity. But under human development, it is the welfare. So right to education and all, it will come under human development. Is the point clear to you? Did you understand the distinction between human
Yes,
capital
ma'am.
and development? Okay, all right. Please write the notes in between, whatever key points that will help you to study. So you have studied the difference between human capital and human development. Take a minute. Okay, now the next topic is human capital formation in India. Human capital formation in India. Then need for government intervention, regulatory authority. Then after that it comes educational sector in India. Educational achievement in India, future prospect in educational sector. So there's few more topics in this case. Now we'll have a generalized, all the topics, all the content like comparison and all is over. Now we have to see what is human capital formation in India. Okay. Some data we will study, how much is the money spent on a particular sector, all these things you have to study. Educational achievement in India. So that topic we will see in the next class. Okay.